Hiya. So it's Thursday, the 1st of August. I wanted to do a short little video here about working whilst having chemo. Um, because having spoken to a lot of people who are going through chemo, or people who know people who've been going through chemo, people are always really surprised when I say that I'm still working. So I just wanted to go through how that's going for me. And just to give you a bit of a background, I started with my current employer, Gleason Recruitment, in May of this year, so just a few months ago. Previously to that, I'd been with my company for 6 or 7 years. Always worked in recruitment, and this role in particular at Gleason that I went for was something that I really wanted. I like the people, I like the company, I like the premises. There was so much about it that I thought this is amazing, and the fact that I got the job was massive for me because I'm very career orientated, and working for this company was something that I really wanted. And it's a new role. It's a business development manager role, or a partnership manager, which just allowed me to focus on the bit that I liked about recruitment, which was the sales part. I'd met Jason Blakey, one of the owners of the company, through a networking event or group for business owners, because I was at the time a partner in a recruitment business that I'd started up myself over 18 months. I decided I wasn't really enjoying being my own boss. I know some people love it, but I actually just wanted to be a salesperson. So I went for this job anyway, and I got it in April. And to start with, I was put on a 6-month contract because the company had never had the role before, and they wanted to see how it went before offering me something permanent. So you can imagine, when I got the diagnosis in July, I'd only been there a few months. I didn't feel like I'd had much of an impact. I'd done some things that I said I was going to do, but because of all the appointments and, worrying about whether I got cancer or not, I don't feel I was as probably productive as I could have been. So when I got the diagnosis, I was obviously a little bit nervous about talking to the guys about it and what that would mean in terms of my pay, because on a contract, really, there's nothing in my contract that says that I get paid if I don't work. So I was really pleasantly surprised, actually. I went and I talked to the owners, and I talked to the operations director, and was very open about the fact that I've always worked and I wanted to try and stay independent in that way, and give myself something to focus on. I was really surprised. They were I wasn't surprised because they're lovely people anyway, but they were just so understanding, and they asked me what I wanted to do, if I wanted to continue, or if I wanted to go part-time, or if I wanted to just stop working. And I discussed that I really wanted to carry on working, and I wasn't sure how the chemo was going to affect me. And they were great. They offered to, still pay me, which, they don't have to. And just said, look, just do as much as you can. You can work from home. And said to me, I don't have to work if I don't want to, but they gave me lots of options basically, and they were very open to whatever I wanted to do, which was amazing. And I can't tell you what an amazing support they've been all the way through this so far. I've had regular phone calls to see if I'm okay, or texts. everybody at Gleason's been told, and they're all really supportive. You know, I know it must be difficult for people, especially if they've not had experience with cancer, to know what to say. So I'd made the decision quite early on, once I got the diagnosis, that I wanted to tell everybody at work, and there's 80 odd people there. So I asked if the divisional managers would do that for me, which they did on the whole, I think. And yeah, so far it's gone quite well. I couldn't work last week at all because of how bad I felt from my first lot of chemo. That was really hard for me, because I feel like to not be able to work, not to physically not be able to work, is really tough. The sense of guilt of not going into work when they've been so good to me. But I didn't need to feel that way. They didn't make me feel that way. I made myself feel that way. And I was just thinking upon reflection of that conversation that I had with the counsellor before, who told me, you know, you shouldn't worry. You know, why are you burdening yourself with work when you've got to concentrate on getting better? But honestly, going into work makes me feel normal, and it makes me forget for a little while that I've got cancer. And even though people do ask me questions, oh, how are you doing? Are you okay? You look well, love your hair. Really encouraging. Just for that time that I'm there, I just want to be normal. And it's amazing to be able to have normality. So I'm driving in. This week I'm feeling much better, but I haven't managed a full day yet. Monday and Tuesday I worked till 1 o'clock. I think I did till 2 o'clock on Tuesday. Then yesterday I had a bit of a dip. I felt really poorly and I had a bit of a temperature, so I decided to take a sick day and try to sleep it off, which I did. Slept all day, and then went back in again today and just worked 8 till 1. By 12 o'clock my brain just switched off. My body doesn't tend to want to work, and I'm very ineffective, so I've been coming home, having a little nap before I go pick Max up. And I think what's important to remember is that I'm managing to lead a relatively normal life. I'm not looking forward to my next chemo, because I know that I've got probably going to have that week again where I'm just incapable of doing anything, and I'm just constantly uncomfortable and tired, and I can't eat properly. But I can only hope that the rest of the sessions are like this, because if they are, then I'll be able to live a relatively normal life, and hopefully I can get into a rhythm of being effective at work. And I know that's not the most important thing, and people keep telling me not to focus on that, but that's driven me for years, and I'm just glad that I can still do it and give back to a company that have just been so amazingly good for me. It's a nice environment to work in, and I'm glad, and I'm definitely glad that I've got them. So if you are thinking about working through chemo, it is possible. I don't know how long for, but we'll soon see.